I've got the vision, I know what I want, but I'm already tired. Your craving right now isn't more motivation. It isn't another inspirational quote or a vision board. You actually need infrastructure, right? Systems that work when you don't. So you're not lazy, you're not inconsistent, you're just overwhelmed by running a business that's missing the systems to support you. But showing up consistently online without a system, that is the fastest way to burn out. And I am the one to tell you, I dislike social media. Like, it is not my friend. I don't love it. 97% of people don't buy the first time they see your offer. And yet, most entrepreneurs, maybe you, have zero follow-up system. You don't need to grind harder. You don't need to show up more. You need a system that works even when you don't.
If you're already tired and it's only January, you're not broken. Your business is just missing systems. In this episode, Natasha breaks down the 3 systems to build this quarter so you can grow faster without burnout: visibility, nurture, and delivery. Watch the full episode by clicking the attached video or commenting podcast and start building the calm version of your business.
Hey there, it's Natasha Robertson, your tech-savvy mentor and CMO of the Self-Made Hub, and I want to welcome you back to the Digital Shift podcast, where we help you build a business that doesn't just run, it runs without you. So now here's the thing. It's only January, and I'm already hearing this from so many women. I've got the vision, I know what I want, but I'm already tired. If you feel like you're running full speed in 2026 already, but you secretly wondering how long can you keep it up, this episode is for you, because what you're craving right now isn't more motivation. It isn't another inspirational quote or a vision board. You actually need infrastructure, right? Systems that work when you don't. So today, we're going to dig into the 3 systems you must build this quarter if you want to grow faster without burning out. So these are the exact systems we've installed for ourselves, for our hub members, our students, and for thousands and thousands of women who decided that this year the hustle gets to feel different. All right. So let's dive in. All right. So in this part, I want to talk about why burnout isn't a system problem. It's a clarity of a system problem, right? Okay. So this isn't a you problem. It's a clarity of what systems you need. All right. So you're not lazy. You're not inconsistent. You're just overwhelmed by running a business that's missing the systems to support you. Hustle got you started, and we tend to gravitate back to it, right? But if you're still in a place where every post is manual, every lead needs a personal follow-up, you're resending login links, you're invoicing constantly, right? Your DMs are flooded, nothing is streamlined, then your growth is actually costing you your time. We've been there. Jess and I talk about this all the time. Especially in the early days, we did everything manually until we knew what we needed to automate, right? We were the tech, the marketing, the VA, the follow-up system, the funnel. We were the closer. And guess what? We were also the bottleneck to our business. Every success required more of us. And that's why we flipped the script. So we want to help you do that in 2026. It's not about adding more to your plate. It's about building smarter systems that do the heavy lifting for you. So let's talk about the 3 systems you can build, even if you're starting from scratch, that are going to buy back your time. All right. So in system 1, this is what we call the visibility system. We start here because if they can't see you, they can't buy from you, right? Pretty obvious, but showing up consistently online without a system, that is the fastest way to burn out. And I am the one to tell you, I dislike social media. It is not my friend. I don't love it. Okay. And I burn out fast. And I think I have a burnout excuse every time when I start, right? So I had to create a system. So let me ask you this. Is your visibility built on hustle or automation? Here's what a real visibility system looks like. Okay. You have a repeatable content calendar. Social media posts are planned, batched, and scheduled. You got keyword automation set up like info, freebie, glow up, right? That when they comment that keyword, it automatically takes over in the follow up immediately. The DM workflows are responding instantly, not days later, not lost in the sauce. Call to actions that actually capture the leads. So let me give you a tangible win, okay? One of my favorite tools is Social Sync. That is something we've cloned inside of Selfmade. It's our signature automation system inside the Selfmade Hub, okay? You create a post on social media, whether it's your Instagram or your Facebook business page or your TikTok, right? Someone comments a keyword and boom, they get a DM. The system responds to them. You've captured them as a warm lead. It's all on autopilot, no manual replies, no oops, forgot to follow up, no spending your evenings in the comment threads. So, this is where I want you to start in this system. This is your first task, okay? Is pick one keyword and build your first automation around a lead magnet or a best-selling offer you have, just one. And if you're like, I don't have a social sync system, well, we have a 14-day free trial that you can hop into and immediately get all the training for social sync and all the templates that I've created for you. And I'll talk about that near the end, or you can see it in the description, how you can get your 14 days free, okay? And jump right into your social media. It also, inside the hub, it does all your scheduling and batching of your posts, your reels, and so forth. So it can take care of all the upfront and all the back end. It's pretty incredible. So let's dive into system number 2. This is the follow-up and nurture system. Let's talk truth for a second here. 97% of people don't buy the first time they see your offer. And yet, most entrepreneurs, maybe you, have zero follow-up system. They don't have one. It's non-existent. They're relying on good vibes, Instagram luck, and hoping someone comes back later to buy. That's why you need a true follow-up and nurture system. And this is what it looks like. We 100% are so committed to a 14-point conversion impact system. This is something I teach in the Tech Savvy School. And the reason being is all the statistics out there say most people follow up 1, maybe 2 times, but every buyer is buying on the 5th to the 14th touch. So we could have 5 follow-ups and hope we get some buyers. Well, we got those low percentage of they need 5 touches at 5. We could do 10 and get more, or we could do all 14 points of touching over 30 days and convert the masses. All right, quick pause before we continue, because if you're listening to this podcast and thinking, I love the strategy, but the tech still feels overwhelming, you're not alone. That's exactly why Tech Savvy School exists. Tech Savvy School is where entrepreneurs learn how to actually build the systems behind the scalable business, funnels, automations, workflows, and tools explained in plain language, step by step. No guessing, no duct taping, platforms together, just clarity and confidence with tech that supports your growth. This podcast helps you think differently about your business. Tech Savvy School helps you implement what you're learning. If you're ready to stop feeling stuck on all the tech side, visit techsavvyschool.com and explore the trainings. All right, let's get back to the episode. That's why I teach and created the 14-point conversion impact system. This is a combination of emails, text messages, and DMs, right? These are built on delays. They have tags and behavioral-based automations, meaning when somebody comes in for a lead magnet about weight loss. They're not going to get details about your sleep aid if you have it set up right. Because think about that. When somebody who is laser focused on their number one goal right now is weight loss, and you send them the weight loss stuff, but then you also start sending them sleep stuff, now they're confused and they're like, wait, I didn't ask for sleep. I don't want sleep, even though they need sleep. It's about what they want right in that moment. In that buying decision, it's all about what they want, what they feel is necessary. And as you educate over the 30 days, that is when you get to close them, right? You get to convert them and then have the conversation to upsell. Most people are throwing so much at them to constantly give them things to buy, upsell, upsell, and they don't even buy in the beginning because they're so confused, right? So 14-point conversion impact system comes off of every single entry point and really lasers in to helping that person get results with what they're looking for, along with the solution introduction of what you have for them. Does that make sense? All right. So these are all, like I said, built on delay over 30 days, 14 touches, different mediums, email, SMS, DMs, right? They're extremely personalized so that it brings awareness. When somebody sees their name, they're like, oh, that's my name, right? And that builds trust and not just a buy now energy, right? We don't want that buy now energy. So what happens when you get this in place? When you get a 14-point conversion impact system in place, your brand becomes top of mind. They don't forget about you. You have warm conversations that convert easily. Your sales are going to go up and your time spent chasing leads is dramatically decreased. So, do you want to win a quick win from this? All right. So, I want you to start with 3 follow-ups after someone opts in. And so, the 3, right? These are just the 3 of the 14. These are 3 touches that can double your conversion rate, because probably only following up once, maybe twice. And so if we can get you to 3, we're doing so much better, right? So here are the 3 that you want to start with. You want to deliver whatever was asked of. So here's your freebie. You're registered, right? If you do webinars or workshops, you're registered, details inside. All right. And then the second touch point is going to be, what do you think? And giving some testimonials in there, right? We always know third-party validation always wins. So when you're doing your touch points, as I teach in Tech Savvy School, you want to sprinkle in all the things that we know work when it comes to follow-up and the buyer psychology. And then, so the second one is, like I said, what do you think? And then third one is like, do you want help implementing, giving them options and choices of how you can support them? These are just 3 touches out of the 14 that are going to help double your conversion rate. All right. Okay. So let's dive into system number 3. This is the delivery and the experience system. The sale is not the end of the journey. It's just the beginning. And let me share with you something in my journey. In my network marketing, we had done over $300 million in online sales, okay? Which is insane. What I found about halfway into that journey is most people were so laser focused on getting the sale, the sale, the sale. They were like in that phase 1, sale, 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 that they weren't nurturing for results in phase 2, which phase 2 becomes your repeatable MRR, right? It's like keeping the people there. And then they were never getting to phase 3, which is the raving fan, joining them in the business and so forth, right? That was the hardest part to get them to, because they were so focused on, I got to get 10 new customers. I got to get 10 new customers. They forgot about the 10 they got last month. Okay. And I want to really say this to you. The sale is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning. And if your delivery system is chaotic and confusing and non-existent, right, you risk refunds, ghosted members, or worse, bad word of mouth, right? People stop ordering. They never order again. They say, oh, that didn't work for me, right? You know what I'm talking about. So we build something that eliminates this, okay? What do we build, right? You're asking, what do we build? You build a delivery system that instantly sends them a welcome email and SMS, okay? You are your own business and you're sending out or a service or a program or coaching, or you are in network marketing and your company sending that out. Take control of your follow-up, and you are going to send a welcome email and SMS. Okay. Company might too, but you need to as well. Okay. Running it like a business. 2026 is your year of CEO. Okay. You want to give clear next steps, links, logins, so they know all the things, right? You want to drip out your course or community content, meaning if you're selling a course or community, you want to drip it out so you don't overwhelm them. So if you're selling a product, you want to drip out over the days that you know it's going to take to ship them the product. You want to drip out some fun things like, this is my friend Sarah, and these were the results she had with the product that you purchased, right? Have stories of products and packages that people have purchased so you can easily have those all automated out depending on how the person ordered, okay? But you're going to drip out content. You're going to have a quick start video or a checklist. People always want to know, like, people will read, some people will listen, some people will do both. I don't read much, I listen, okay? So I like videos, some people like to read. But it's always good to have the read in there, because even if I come back to a video I listen to, I want to read through it maybe the next time, okay? Want to route questions to support without being the middlewoman, okay? So what that means is just like knowing what their 5 questions that people ask and just addressing those in your copy to them throughout the time that you're touching them on that journey, okay? When somebody orders, this isn't sent in one day. This is sent over time. So we teach really in depth the customer journey of how to stay in contact with them and moving the needle forward to get them from phase 1 of a purchaser to a phase 2 of a repeatable customer to phase 3, a raving fan. You got to have a journey. And I'm not going to go into details on that today, but just know when somebody orders, what is the timeline to them getting the product? Okay, so we can have a couple touches here that make sense as it's being shipped. Once it delivers, okay, what do we need to do with them the first week, the second week, the third week, the fourth week, right? So you start to plan out this entire thing. You write out all your copy of the emails, the text, and so forth, and you just do it on autopilot. So here's the thing. Your goal is to make your delivery feel intentional, immediate, and intuitive. I gotta sneeze. That's how you're going to increase your retention, your referrals, and your raving fans, okay? And this is something we do every single day inside the Self-Made Hit. This is what we teach because this is what gets you scalable, not stressful, okay? So I have a little bonus for you, and this is fun, okay? Start with what's missing. I know this might feel like a lot. So, here's how to make it very simple. Ask yourself this: where am I spending the most time repeating myself? That's where your first system needs to go. Repeating the same DM replies, build your visibility system. Okay. Following up with leads, build your nurture system. Getting the same onboarding questions, build your delivery system. Okay. You don't need all at once. Just build one system that gives you 1 hour back and stack it from there. Okay. In closing, you don't need more hustle. You need a system. I'm pretty sure by now that's pretty clear, right? So here's your permission slip. Okay. Does not have to feel like 2025. You don't need to grind harder. You don't need to show up more. You need a system that works even when you don't, okay? A visibility system that captures leads while you live your life. A nurture system that builds the trust while you sleep. A delivery system that turns clients into loyal customers. And if you're ready to finally build this systems, we'd love to help. We'd absolutely love to help. And so inside the Self-Made Hub, we give you templates, tech, swipe files. We give you mentorship, all of our training, and our entire community of women building smart, scalable, automated businesses. So we do have a 14-day free trial that you can hop into the hub. You can find the link below, but it's self-made.biz/the hub. And let this year be the year your business doesn't just grow, it grows without grinding you into the ground. Okay. So I'll see you next time on the next episode, and have an incredible day.
If you're getting value from these conversations, don't let this be the only episode that you listen to. Every episode of this podcast is designed to help you build a smarter business, one with real systems behind the scenes, not just ideas, motivation, or hustle. We break down what's actually working right now when it comes to automation, content, follow-up, and scaling without the burnout. If you want to see how all of this comes together in real life, I highly recommend watching the Self-Made Hub demo. Inside the Self-Made Hub, you'll see how entrepreneurs turn content into leads, and leads into conversations, and conversations into consistent sales using simple automated systems that don't feel overwhelming or cold. You can watch the demo anytime at self-made.biz/demo. Then queue up another episode, because the shift doesn't happen from one conversation. It happens when you start connecting all the dots. And I'll see you in the next episode.